All right, here's a little mini lesson for some different things. Last week you learned about what homonyms were. Do you remember what homonyms are? They're words that sound alike, but they're spelled differently and have a different meaning. So some other words that are in relation to homonyms would be antonyms and synonyms. Now they're completely different things, okay? So homonyms are words that sound alike, like dear and dear. Dear Mom, I love camp so far. Or that was a beautiful deer that just ran through the field. Did you see it? Okay, so two different words, different meanings, different spellings, sound exactly the same. But today we're going to start with antonyms and homonyms, or I'm sorry, synonyms, not cinnamon, synonyms, okay? And we're going to compare and contrast them. Now, the reason we're learning these is because they are some helpful tools in writing and reading, so you can be looking out for things and become a better writer with them. So let's start with our antonyms. Antonyms are two words with opposite meanings, okay? So, good, bad, light, dark, okay? You can remember it by like anti. Anti is opposite, okay? Anti. Black, white, sweet, sour, sharp, soft, okay? So those are antonyms. They're opposites. Are anti-similar, okay? They're opposites. Synonyms, however, there's a glare on that, I apologize. Synonyms are two words with similar meanings. I remember that by similar. Synonyms, similar, okay? So they both have the same first sound. So they're two words with similar meanings, like soft, fluffy. They're not exactly the same, but they're kind of the same, okay? Light, bright, okay? True, honest, those different things, okay, that are similar. They mean sort of the same thing, okay? Two or more words that mean sort of the same thing. So let's start with antonyms, and then we'll move on. But I need you to have your reading work textbook out to page number 133. So grab your reading work text, page 133. We're going to work on this together. Pause, go. All right, so on page 133 in your work text, you need a pencil also. If you don't have it, pause, go. Page 133, let's look at the antonyms. They're under the blue bucket there, okay? Close, distant. Those are different examples that they give you, okay? We need to write the antonyms. So we have the word bank in the blue paint bucket there. If you're not sure, it's right there, okay? And then we're going to read the sentence, the bold term we need to find the antonym for, okay? So number one, Beanie sold water-based paints and brushes. So what in our word bank is the opposite of sold? Collect, bought, raised, success, or briskly. What is the opposite of sold? It is bought. Very good. So number one is bought. Okay. Number two, Beanie and Frighter walked slowly down Main Street. What is the opposite or the antonym of slowly? Is it collect, raised, success, or briskly? Briskly, that is correct. Briskly is the antonym of slowly. Okay, number three. Beanie would go to the door and distribute the money. What's the opposite of distribute? Distribute means to like pass out, okay? To pass things out to other people, to distribute. The opposite would be collect. The antonym would be collect, excuse me. Okay, number four. It was obvious the plan was going to be a failure. What is the antonym of failure or the opposite of failure? Success, very good. And finally, Beanie looked at Frighter with lowered eyebrows. What is the opposite or the antonym of lowered? Raised. Very good. Raised. Okay. So it's really not difficult. Opposites are pretty simple. You guys learned opposites way back in kindergarten. I know you did. I know for a fact because I taught them last year. Okay, let's move on to synonyms. Synonyms are the similar words, right? Words with similar meanings. So same page. We're at the yellow paintbrush now. Frighter appeared. We need to write the synonym or the similar word to the bold one, just like we did above, only different. Okay, number one, Frighter appeared anxiously at the paper. Out of our options, rush, lengthy, looked, wordly, fell. What is the synonym for anxiously? It means similar to worriedly. Good. Okay, number two. Youngsters are always in a hurry. What is a synonym to hurry or to What's similar? Rush. Youngsters are always in a rush. Good. Okay, number 3, the sentence says Beanie glanced at his watch. What's another word for glanced that can mean something similar? Looked. Okay, number 4, Frieder stumbled into the store. What's another word for stumbled? Stumbled, a similar word, a synonym to stumbled. It is fell. You stumble, you kind of trip and fall. Fell. And finally, long-winded. Beanie didn't look like long-winded discussions. What's another synonym for that? Lengthy. That's a harder one, but yes, lengthy. All right, so in reading and writing, the reason why you might use antonyms and synonyms, antonyms are for comparing and contrasting, okay? So, he was as kind as she was mean, okay? So it gives you a greater word picture, a greater understanding to be able to compare and contrast. So if you're comparing something, you are finding the differences, or contrasting. If you're comparing, you're finding the similarities. If you're contrasting, you are finding the differences. So that's why antonyms and synonyms work so well together, because in antonyms you're finding the differences when you're contrasting. In synonyms you're finding the similarities, or finding similar words using stronger, more exciting words. Okay, it's a way to make your writing more exciting and people wanting to read it more. Synonyms are the similar ones. This is what we use thesauruses for, is to find synonyms. Okay, we've used thesauruses in class before, so that's what we find, are synonyms with thesauruses. All right, we did this page together, so that's all you have. Make sure you've done everything else for reading today. Okay.